Hello guys, welcome to Nathan TV. So today we are going to talk about the latest transfer news. And if you're new here, please like and subscribe to support the channel. So let's get straight into it. So we're going to start with Liverpool. Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak at the moment is refusing to play for Newcastle. Liverpool bid the first bid for Alexander Isak, I think 110 million pounds for Alexander Isak, but Newcastle rejected the offer. They say they want to stay with the player, or they want like 100 more than 100 pounds, 110 and 110 million pounds for the player. So as it stands, Liverpool is refusing. Alexander Isak is refusing to train for Newcastle, and they're in a bad terms with Newcastle. So I don't know why Liverpool fans are saying to Newcastle fans that they are being hypocritical with Alexander Isak, because Trent Alexander-Arnold did the same thing to Liverpool, and they were saying Alexander-Arnold was a snake. And sometimes I think football fan we are being like hypocritical for that. This is business. This is always like business. So you pay for the player, you get the player. And I think Alexander Isak is looking at his age, and right now he's at his prime. So he want to win more titles. Let's say for example, the Champions League, the Premier League. So he has a high chance for winning that when he's playing for Liverpool rather than Newcastle. So we're gonna go to the second transfer news. Liverpool has a new signing, the young defender. Let me see here. I saw a Fabrizio tweet this morning. Let me see, Fabrizio. Yeah, so Liverpool has a new signing, a young defender from Parma. Parma are advancing to sign. No. So Liverpool have a new defender, a youngster, Giovanni Leoni, is on his way to Liverpool right now, and Slot also confirmed Liverpool have agreed a deal with Parma. So Liverpool need to boost their defense by signing new defense. That's why they are signing new players. I think the youngster will be a good signing, and he'll be able to adapt because he's gonna play alongside Van Dijk. See, Van Dijk is among the best defenders in the world. So, and I had rumors about that Liverpool want another defender, Mark Gay, from Newcastle, from Crystal Palace, and the defender has 1 year contract with Crystal Palace. So it's either Crystal Palace sells the defender for a fee of like 30 million pounds, and Crystal Palace don't want to lose the player for like next season. He has a 1 year contract, and the player is not willing to extend the contract at Crystal Palace. He wants to. It's either he extend the contract or he's gonna be sold. As for me, I think Liverpool are gonna strike the deal with him. He's gonna be a Liverpool player by the end of the summer. So, and we're gonna go to Chelsea. So Chelsea, I've been linked with a couple of players. For Alexander Garnacho, I hate guy. As a Chelsea fan, I don't like Garnacho, and Manchester United as are crazy for saying they value Garnacho for 50 million pounds. For me, I don't value Garnacho near 50 million pounds. For me, Alexander Garnacho is like a 30 million pounds because he's an average Premier League player. I don't think how Garnacho is gonna be over 50 million pound player. If I was in the Chelsea board, I'll bid for 25 plus 5 million in the last days of the transfer window. That will be like 30 million pounds. So because Garnacho wants to play for Chelsea, and he's not coming to Chelsea as a first 11 player. He's coming to Chelsea like a backup for Gittins. And Chelsea are very good in selling players. I'll be 25 plus 5 million bonuses, and then after 1 or 2 seasons, I'll sell him for 50 or 60 to another team. That's what I will do if I was in the Chelsea squad. If I was in the Chelsea board. And another player Chelsea are linked with is Xavi Simons. So the latest news of Xavi Simons is Xavi Simons to Chelsea is waiting on the exit of Christopher Nkunku. Bayern are serious considering making a move from Nkunku for Garnacho and Simons. We wait, but I think Garnacho will be 100%. Will 100% happen. That's the latest Fabrizio Romano tweet about Xavi Simons and Alexander Garnacho. I think the Xavi Simons deal will happen. The main thing is Chelsea are waiting to sell players for the likes of Jackson and Christopher Nkunku because as for now, Jackson is not with the Chelsea squad. He's on holiday, but I think he's going to be sold. And Chelsea value Jackson around 70 to 80 million in this transfer window. So we're going to go to Manchester United. So Manchester United need a midfielder. And the first midfielder they are linked to the Brighton player, Carlos Baleba. Manchester United and Brighton have opened verbal talks over Carlos Baleba. So Baleba, I think, he's not has agreed to join Manchester United, but the club-to-club deals, they have not reached like the club-to-club deals. I think this is gonna be a difficult deal for Manchester United because Brighton value Baleba at a very high price. I think over £100 million, and it will be difficult for Brighton to sell because the transfer window has like 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks because 2 weeks to the transfer window has 2 weeks. I think the transfer window has 2 weeks, so it will be closed in 2 weeks. Yeah, I think it is gonna be a difficult day for Manchester United, but Manchester United need to improve their midfield. If they are not gonna sign Baleba this window, then they're going to go with the likes of Ugarte and Maino with the midfield. Man, it's gonna be bad for them because their midfield is weak. If they find a proper team with a proper midfield, they're gonna be battered because 50 to 70% of games are won in the midfield. So they need to fight to sign midfielders. So the next transfer news is gonna be Manchester City. So Manchester City have reached an agreement with Donnarumma on salary of £12 million a year. So Donnarumma will be the next Manchester City goalkeeper, and I think they are gonna sell Ederson, and Manchester City too bought a new goalkeeper. Is it Trafford or something like that? He's gonna be a backup goalkeeper for Donnarumma. Donnarumma is a good player. I don't see any problem with Donnarumma, but I have the only question I have with Donnarumma is his ability to pass the ball like Ederson. Ederson has the ability to pass the ball to the striker and the striker scores a goal or make a pass to the midfield. I don't think Donnarumma is good with his feet as much as Ederson is. And the next Man City are going to sell Savinho. That's the rumor. Savinho to Tottenham Hotspur. I think they value the player around 60 to 70 million pounds. It's gonna be tough for Tottenham and City to do the business, but if they agree for the 60 million pounds, I think the deal is gonna go through. Savinho is a very good player, and if Manchester City sell Savinho, I think there are rumors that Pep Guardiola has spoken to Rodrigo, or the Real Madrid player. The Real Madrid player, Rodrigo, I think if Manchester City signed Rodrigo, is going to be a good addition to their squad because Rodrigo is a very good player. He's one of the best in the world in his position. So I think that gonna be a very good addition to Pep Guardiola's squad. So the next the next transfer rumor is Konate. Konate has 1 year left on his contract. Liverpool to don't want Konate to run out of his contract because they don't want like the Trent Alexander-Arnold situation. The Trent Alexander-Arnold situation is going to be bad for Liverpool. They rather cash in Konate right now, and rather than Konate going on free. So, and another transfer news is Jacob Ramsey to Newcastle. Here we go. An agreement of £40 million fee from Aston Villa. Ramsey agreed on personal terms and travels for medical to Newcastle right now. Ramsey strongly wanted Newcastle and a deal now done for Newcastle. I think Newcastle this window have been having a tough time because each and every player that they have been having, it's either the player wants to go to another team or like that. Yeah, the likes of Gyökeres, Zesco, maybe and Alexander ISAK. Yeah, they've been having too much drama in the Newcastle camp. So the next transfer news, we're gonna go to GERNACHO. So Manchester United and GERNACHO, Manchester United want to sell GERNACHO. So AS Roma have submitted a £20 million bid for GERNACHO. So the next transfer news is gonna go to Jadon Sancho. So Jadon Sancho, Manchester United want to sell Jadon Sancho, and AS Roma have submitted a £20 million bid for Jadon Sancho. The decision is up to him and Manchester United, but I think Jadon Sancho is gonna go to AS Roma next season, and yeah, I think he's gonna do good in AS Roma. And the Crystal Palace are planning to bid to sign Harvey Elliott from Liverpool, but could cost them up to £40 million. Harvey Elliott is a good player, you know. I like how he's playing. He's a good player. And Real Madrid today have signed the new player. They have shown the new player to the fans. Franco Mastantuono. I don't know his name, bro. These Spanish names. And the next news, we're gonna go to Wissa. Wissa will miss Bradford opening game against Nottingham Forest after he asked to leave the club. So I think Wissa is gonna be sold, you know. He's gonna be sold to another club. And Paul Pogba is back in training. He's training with his new Monaco teammates for the first time since joining the club. That's a good sign for Paul Pogba. For the other news, Marcus Rashford is not expected to be registered before Barcelona opening Premier League game fixtures and likely to miss the Mallorca game. That's the Barcelona way. They don't have the money to register players, and they keep signing new players each and every day. And shout out to Chelsea. Chelsea players have decided to give an equal portion of $15.5 million Club World Cup bonus to the family of Diego Jota and Andre Silva. That's a good sign for Chelsea. What a beautiful gesture. So, and Nice are advancing in talks with Crystal Palace over the deal of Edward, the Crystal Palace player. And Cherki is the new Manchester City number 10. I don't know let's see how Cherky will do this season, because he's really a good player. He's an underrated player to me. And AC Milan want to sign Manchester United striker. Holland is now more open to leave Manchester United this summer, as AC Milan are trying to negotiate their price. 5 million deal on loan with an option to buy for 40 million. Holland, when he came from Atlanta, he was a really good player. He scored so many goals, but I think it's the pressure of the Premier League and Manchester United, because he didn't handle the pressure too well, because he scored like less than, I don't know, 10. I don't even think his last season he scored more than 10 goals. He scored like less than 10 goals last season. Maybe it's because of the pressure of being in the Premier League and stuff. Alright guys, that's the end of the transfer news. So we're gonna see you next week. If you're new here, click the like and the subscribe button. See you next time.